Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life here for our Trendy Tuesday. This week we're doing something kind of fun and special. 3 of us sparklers have decided that it would be fun to scraplift each other, which is the take from Christina's challenge this weekend for National Scrapbooking Day. I decided to take on Suzanna, so she's a new sparkler, and I absolutely love her layout. Her designs are just amazing. So I quickly showed you the layout that I am going to be scraplifting, and I'll make sure to leave a better photo for you to see at the end so you can compare them. I have to tell you, my layout kind of went a little bit astray from what hers did, but the intention was there. And we are all going to use the same sequins mix for today, and Susanna's layout will be on Thursday, but it is the Wild and Free collection. So I am just going to first, as you can see, take my watercolors over all of these letters. These are old thickers that I have had in my stash, and I want to get them used up, which was a challenge on one of the scrapbooking challenges for Paper Issues National Scrapbooking Day. Just kind of a combination between the two. I like to do this kind of challenge myself a little bit more that way. And so I'm just adding the 3 main colors here. So you can see the darker teal that I'm using. The purple that is a little bit more pink with my watercolors. I'm still experimenting with how to make the colors exactly what I want them to be. Again, I'm kind of new with mixed media, so I kind of just go with the flow. And then I'm also going to use within that mix there's a lighter blue, and I'm going to add that as my 3rd color as well. And you can see that I did this in 2 different areas. So I have watercolored these old wood grains on that side, and on the bottom are these really pretty blue thickers that I added as well, and just laid them all out and glued them. And this top one I used gesso, but I also used modeling paste clay. Well, I can't think of what you call that right now, to just kind of hold them in there and make sure that they're not going to go anywhere. And what ends up happening is I finished this and it looks really neat, and maybe on a different layout having them cornered like that would work, but this one I didn't like the difference. There was too much of a difference in the colors tones, so I'm going to just simply trim and only use half of it. So I'm going to use the watercolor one that you saw me do, and that's just going to be one of the squares to this layout, which is again scraplifting from Susanna's original layout here. I believe her layout was she was following a sketch. I think it's a Creative Scrapper sketch, and it could be, I think it was last month, so it's probably like number 304 or something like that. But I really love the way she had interpreted it, so that was why I chose to scraplift that layout. Though I have to tell you, when I was looking through all of her layouts, there was about 6 that I was dying to scraplift, so I don't know, it was hard to pick. It was really hard to pick, but this is definitely a fun one, and I'm really pleased with the way it turned out, even though it's not exactly like the way she had done hers. So I'm starting just with the 3 pieces of pattern paper I want to add. I did pull out the Wild and Free collection. I think that's what that's called, from is it Fancy? No, Wild and Free. It's the Paige Evans line, not her newest one, because I don't have any of the new collections this year. Again, I'm on a spending free, so I haven't spent any money on any new collections. And I just love that. It really mixes well, which I think is the point. I think Jody made these for that. So I just took advantage of that and made that. You can also see that I've drawn 2 lines with my pencil, and I'm just trying to think. I wasn't sure if I was going to line them all up with these sequins, or if I was going to go in and use some stitching and then add the sequins. So I made a big mess, and then my camera died, so that magically gets done, so I apologize about that. But what I ended up doing was adding a teal, and then so I added the darker teal and the lighter blue color and thread that I had, and then just randomly put some of the sequins there and stitched. Now let me tell you, if you are going to stitch with these, maybe just be careful and don't use the little flowers that are there. I broke my needle. So they're dimensional, the flowers, and unless you get it right in the middle of that hole, you can't really stitch through them. And it was challenging and annoying, but once I had started it, I was determined to finish it. And I was almost done, and I broke my needle tip. So just learn from my experience and either hand stitch, don't stitch with the blue flowers, or just make sure that what you could do is lay everything else out and then just glue the floral would be my suggestion. Okay, so as I was rambling about that, you can see I've labeled this, and I've just super simple title. I know I normally do a little bit more, but I just titled it Snapchat Fun. I've taken a lot of Snapchat photos lately that I want to document, so one of them is going to be boring, and this is the one I decided to be. Again, pulling in kind of the same colors here. And then I decided it needed just a little bit more interest than what I had done. It's a very basic layout. I really am letting that banner and the really fun texture that all of those thickers brought kind of shine on this layout. But I wanted to add a little bit more. So I'm taking the triangles from one of the Mickey Holmes washies, and I'm just going to place them in 3 different places. And I fight it a little bit because I'm not exactly sure what I wanted to do, but they go there, and then they are also going to go up in that left hand corner, and I love the way that turned out. Actually, in the end, it looks really neat. And I took my little stencil that I have, and I traced a few in black as well, so that there was black on the layout, and you can see it in multiple places to kind of just help pop everything, and I love it. And then the other thing you saw me quickly do, but I didn't really highlight it, is in Suzanna's layout, she created her layout and then added 2 photo corners, and she did it to offset her triangles, not her triangles, but her squares. And I took that inspiration and I added a little tiny photo frame corner of the green at the top, so that your eye kind of goes up there too and follows the banner that I created. But at the bottom, which I know is really hard to see, I'm sorry, it is cut off, I added the purple, and I made it larger, and so that it kind of helped balance the layout, so to speak, and really kind of help it stay where I wanted it to be, and just represent the flow of the layout. But I did do it with my squares instead of against. And I did that because I didn't have a choice where the banners were, where I wasn't going to be able to add a photo corner. But I also did it because I thought it really helped your eye flow through my photo to my title and then to my journaling. And my journaling is just talking about how when it comes to things that are social media and like phone app type things, I am always really late to the party. I always am hesitant to try things, and Snapchat has been popular for a really long time, and I literally just this year have started using it. So I don't know why I wait so much and I'm so hesitant to it, but I am. So that's what this layout is talking about, just how I just don't always follow the trends, and it's just kind of funny. So the last thing you're going to see me do is just take my little Sharpie. I made a border around the edge. It needed something to help ground this whole entire layout. And other than that, again, a really simple layout, but I really love the outcome. Even though it doesn't really look like Suzanna's layout, it was inspired by her layout, and that sometimes is all you need to get yourself going. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Don't forget, if you go on to Instagram today, you can see Sarah's take. I believe Sarah scrap lifted me, And then if Thursday, check out, I believe Susanna will be on the YouTube channel, so come right back here and see what she created, and she scraplifts Sara. And again, we're all using the Wild and Free collection. So thanks everyone so much for watching, and the sequins collection. Okay.